I think we're live.
You got Adam.
Live at last.
Live at last, yeah. Adam from Outlier. But most importantly, we got Evan, who created Outlier. We are at the Yahoo Sportsbook in fabulous Las Vegas at G2E.
Yep.
My voice is a little hoarse because of the late night, but what we want to do is this is kind of like a face reveal. This is the man behind, honestly, all the insights. All my home run props, I can guarantee you it's all behind him. All my home run props, including Corey Seager, if you guys followed that the other day. So look, Evan, where are you from? What do you do? What's your whole thing? Like, okay. Let's go through the whole thing. Because people don't know that this is your baby.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there who obviously were like Colorcast fans.
Yeah.
But like, tell me about tell me about how you came up with Outlier.
Yeah.
Start with there. Where are you from?
Okay. Yeah. So I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm a huge DFW sports fan. So Cowboys, Rangers, Stars, whole thing.
Go Birds.
Go Rangers. So I grew up in Dallas. I actually was an attorney by trade. Practiced securities litigation for about 3.5 years, and put together a really, really fantastic team for our original product, which was called Colorcast. It was a social sports talk app where basically anyone could be the commentator. About 12 or 13 months ago, we pivoted it to Outlier. And the whole idea with Outlier is, anyone should be able to kind of go from insight to analysis to actually execute their bets all in one seamless flow. And have confidence in what they're betting. So,
dude, as a firsthand user and advocate, I love it. You guys know every week, like all the stuff that I'm telling you guys can find out in Outlier. And, Evan, what's been kind of, as someone who is very product focused, like what's been your favorite challenge that you've kind of gotten through on Outlier? Like, what's your favorite? Well, first of all, what's your favorite feature, newest feature thing that you've kind of done on the app lately?
Yeah. So, okay, well, I'll answer both questions. So I think that the biggest kind of hurdle for us that we were able to overcome was actually pivoting from Colorcast to Outlier. That was huge. I mean, we were doing social sports talk, like a broadcasting app, and then we basically brought out like a Bloomberg terminal of sports betting. So when we launched that in January, I mean, we didn't know, we did a ton of research, and I actually have recorded a video pretty recently about kind of how we step-by-step approach that pivot, but needless to say, still felt like a shot in the dark. So that was, really, really proud of the team for what we did there and kind of what traction we have. So that's the biggest hurdle. In terms of favorite feature, I don't know. I think that the insights are really, really special.
They've gotten really good too.
They're really good. They're really special. I mean, you don't even need to know what game is on tonight to get a really good idea of what you could be betting on. I mean, we'll show you, on the road after a loss, whatever, when guarded by Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James just hit 30 points 9 out of the last 10 times. It's a really great way for novice sports bettors and intermediate sports bettors to get some ideas about what they want to bet. And then, of course, they listen to Adam Rosenberg, and then they pull the trigger. But
or they fade.
And then they fade you. But yeah, no, I think the insights have been a really cool product feature for us.
Yeah, it's I think what's really cool is that you can get a lot of things where you get a whole bunch of data and just don't know what to do with it. And I think what you guys do really well is that you can look in just micro things like so-and-so only hits 30% of the time after a loss and stuff like that. Yeah. And I think that's very helpful when you haven't done a ton of prop betting or sports betting and you just kind of want to get an idea of, let me make something a little bit more logical that's a little bit grounded in data. It doesn't have to be super key, but no, I love it.
Well, one thing I'll actually add on that. So hopefully we're preventing people from making really awful bets.
That's the
goal. Right. But, at the end of the day, I'm never going to sit here and try to guarantee a win rate or how your ROI is going to go up or anything like that. At the end of the day, what we're trying to do is make bettors more confident. And in a lot of ways, what that really means is you have some reason to place the bet, right? And we want to take bettors from, I love the Phillies, Bryce Harper home run.
Which, by the way, is happening today. Just so you know, we'll talk about it, but that's why it's happening.
Yeah. So we want to take people from just pure gut betting to Bryce Harper home run because he's hit it, 4 out of the last 5 games, and right. So which isn't true, but we want there to be some nugget that gives you confidence and makes you a more informed bettor.
And so, I mean, we touched upon it a little bit, but challenge wise, what are you most looking forward to tackling kind of next with Outlier? What's kind of without you don't have to reveal your roadmap. I don't know how that stuff works, but what are you really looking forward to as you got into football? Because I got on Outlier in baseball season which is when no one's really betting anything but baseball. And there's people say those who bet baseball are drinking salt water. I did very well in baseball this year.
I've never heard that.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
No. Matt Mitchell from Action Network said it's like drinking salt water because you can drink all of it and you're not at all going to.
I love it. Oh yeah, that's fun.
But I got better at it because it just made sense, and now I'm adapting it for football. But what's kind of the next challenge that you guys are trying to tackle?
So I mean, I'll give you a little bit of sneak peek into the product roadmap. So we just released a whole new set of NFL stats. You see everything from really, really deep matchup data between the two teams. Actually, pretty soon we're going to release what we call our depth of reception kind of visual. It's really cool. It'll show you whatever Devontae Adams is best at 20 yards. Yeah, best at everything. He catches the ball wherever he is.
Wherever he is.
No, but it'll show okay, he's best at, I don't even know what it is, but let's call it 25 plus yards.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it'll be okay, well, they're playing the Seahawks this week, and we have a really cool graphic that shows these Seahawks can't cover shit beyond 25 yards or whatever the case may be. So there's some really, really deep NFL stats that are visualized all neatly and usefully that are coming out right now, and will be coming out in the next few weeks. And then, of course, if you're in our Outlier community on Discord, which I think a lot of the people joining are, they've been hearing about Outlier Pro, Outlier EV, and it's something that we're really excited about. So we've been getting tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of requests from people saying, hey, look, I like what you would call bottoms up betting, right? I want to look at the stats. I want to make an assessment about Bryce Harper home runs tonight. But what matters more is whether the line is priced appropriately. It doesn't actually matter how good of a player Bryce Harper is. Yep. What matters is that FanDuel's mispriced it. And so we have a whole feature set coming out around that. It'll actually be a higher price point. It's its own thing. But it's coming out, don't want the product team to kill me, but hopefully in the next 2 weeks. And it's called Outlier Pro. And I'm just super amped about it. It's just another, in my mind, example of how our product team is being super kind of product led, really, really tight iteration cycles, listening to our users and putting good product out.
So for those who just have joined, we just revealed two big product updates. One, depth of target's going to be in football, that is massive.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if you know, that's a very big longest reception better. That's huge. And two, Outlier Pro, now you'll be able to price check and price match really well. Today I was using Outlier. Hockey started, shots on goal, big thing. Connor Bedard is firing in all cylinders after one game. You could pull up on the 4 major books, and he was minus 290, minus 250 on all 3 books except for Caesar, where he was minus 170. There's $1.50 difference, and that stuff for when you're playing any of those bets really matters. I think that's going to be cool. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah,
I'm very excited about depth of target.
You don't have to play dumb. Adam's played around with it already.
I have played with it, but I'm excited about that. But to your point, I mean, adding in hard hit rates and things like that. I think one of the things that you guys do really well is all the folks with Discord know this, it's a very two-way communication with community folks about hey, what do you like? What do you not like? And things like that. But, we're at G2E, which is, it's like the South by Southwest of sports betting, I guess.
That's cool.
I guess,
as an Austin local, I appreciate that.
Yeah. That's kind of, it is. I mean, it's everybody does anything within sports betting is here and doing that. Has there been anything that you have heard or keyed in on while you've been here that you think is worth noting? That's kind of caught your ear, caught your eye? What have you kind of heard?
Honestly, this is non-responsive, but I'm going to say this. So one cool thing about being here is that it's a really, really close community. Actually, Adam knows everybody, so it's been fun.
We just know a lot of the same people.
I've basically just been holding on to Adam's shirt as he his coattails as he walks around and intros me to everyone.
We're gonna bring it in.
Okay,
Dan, Dan, come here.
Dan, come say hi. We're live. This is a perfect example. Yeah.
All right, hold on. Dan, you're gonna get in the middle.
Dan, sit down here. Introduce yourself. Say hi to the people.
What's up, everyone? I'm Dan Zimmerman.
What do you do?
I'm the head of Verse Fantasy. Lets you bet on your fantasy football teams.
So, Dan, what have you seen at G2E that's been really cool?
Since Evan can't answer the question.
Since Evan can't answer it.
I would probably say all the people selling furniture to casinos.
Yeah.
It's probably been my favorite. Just all the different options for chairs. No, but I love to see the startups, right? I like to see the different ideas people come with, and obviously some of them change, like yours and mine. So what we see here might not be what we see next year. So
totally. Dan, shameless plug. Tell us about Verse?
Yeah,
like, what's going on with Verse? Wait, I just liked your post about
the
Sport Data IO.
Yeah.
So tell us what's going on with that and what Verse is and all that.
Yeah, so we're working with Sport Data to bring basically what we call merging daily fantasy and season long. So you can sync your leagues from ESPN or Sleeper into the Verse app. It takes about 10 seconds, and then you can actually, create contests and play DFS games over the matchup in your league. So it's a kind of a new take on fantasy. Makes it a little more personal, a little more higher stakes.
Dude, amazing.
It's cool. Like our league is implementing it because my co-commissioner said no one chirps at each other, and I'm like, well, let's make it interesting.
Yeah.
Everyone will start chirping at each other.
Interverse.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
That's it.
No, it's cool. And also, as you guys know from watching, Dan is also a Syracuse person, and I play favorites with all these parade of Syracuse people that I bring on.
That's true. It's a cult. It's no longer just sport journalism. We're taking over the gaming too. So
no, it's good. So and Dan was a big ColorCast fan.
I was a power user of ColorCast. So
I was just commenting because our head of marketing, Chris, who I know is tuning in right now, I was showing him this setup, and on my laptop I have a ColorCast sticker still, and he's like, "Oh man, we need to get you new stickers."
No, it's vintage.
I'm like, "It's vintage," and you'd be surprised how many people in this conference are like, "ColorCast, man,
Yeah,
what's going on?"
bro.
Yeah, so
Back.
yeah. So anyway, 10th anniversary, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, totally.
No, we're only live streaming.
So anyway,
I got to run.
Cool.
You take your seat back.
thanks, Sam.
We'll see y'all later.
But yeah, no, anyway, to answer your question directly, so I mean about like what I've learned. So yeah, I've been interested to talk to a lot of startups. I think that there's actually a lot of pessimism around the DFS space right now, just because Florida cracking down, New York cracking down, etc.
Michigan implemented it all today.
Okay, yeah, Michigan cracking down. But actually, what I've also noticed is that people, I feel like, are getting like more creative about it. Like Dan, for instance, he's like, okay, no, but here's the take on it, where I know that like we've got our asses covered. Like the people that are doing the work to get the legal opinion are actually going to be really nicely positioned in this kind of like DFS shakeout that's happening right now. So that's something that I've kind of like observed macro. Another one that, and this is actually just a personal opinion.
I'm tripping people over my backpack.
We thought we had got into a corner. But another one that I'm really interested to see develop, and this has been a thesis for Outlier since the beginning, is like this evolution of the affiliate space from purely kind of CPA deals where it's like, I'm going to get basically books are paying tools X amount of dollars like per new depositor. We're really seeing that shift from per new depositor to like kind of volume based. So interested to see that shake out. But yeah, man, it's just being Vegas. I don't know. I don't honestly, who's right? I don't love Vegas, but Sportsbook's cool.
The Sportsbook cool. So this is the thing you knew relatively new, like a month old.
No, I think they said it's like a month old.
It's Yahoo Sportsbook. It's pretty nice. It's really nice.
Dude, it's really nice.
It's really nice. And we've been I don't know. I thought those guys was yelling about the Eagles, but it's nice because it's a really good place to also do meetings. It's like a really nice place to do meetings.
Honestly, when we're looking around right now, it's like you probably recognize more people than I do, but it's like, hey, there's two industry guys that I know that are meeting with each other. There's like two people having a beer, right? Like,
and I mean,
Better Fantasy in Sahil over there.
Oh, there's tons.
And Brady and Brothrow, like they're all right here.
So, and then we got, look, most importantly, there's a Phillies game in 15 or so minutes that I have definitely looked at props on Outlier for. And actually, Outlier did I'm not even just saying this because you're here. Really good job of not putting up anything until Bryce Elder was announced as a starter, which like then suddenly all the props went up and it was like, here's how everything works. It was seamless.
Love it.
You do a good job of getting your data.
The reality is, Adam, you're such a power user that you likely know more about the product than I do.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain times where I'm like, why is this button here? But most of the time, it's just, I mean, I use that and like my news apps. It's all I use, and then Twitter.
What's fun, actually, to that point, what's kind of fun is because we've been, like I said, our whole goal is to like stay really, really close to the community and get feedback, like as much feedback as we can, as quickly as we can, and iterate.
Mm-hmm.
So the product team is shipping new products like twice a week. I mean, it's like
pulling it up right now.
Oh yeah, okay. It's coming so fast that they're I mean, often I will open the app and there will be something new in there that I literally hadn't heard about or seen yet. It's just like the team's moving that fast and responding to feedback that quickly.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, whoa, that's new, cool. Like, and this is my own app. Like, so that's been the whole been the whole strategy. Is like, let's do it as fast as we can.
They do a really good job. So I'm looking just to see if there's, because if the people that are on want to have like any sort of play in right now.
Yeah.
Without being a homer, the things that I'm anxious about, I'll give a Braves prop because I don't want everyone to think I'm a homer.
Yeah.
But Austin Riley, as I look, I'm pulling up my my Outlier app right now.
Yep.
Austin Riley owns Aaron Nola.
Does this thing show on screen at all? Flip it around. Will it get all crazy looking?
If I show people,
yeah.
I mean, I could show them that.
Yeah, okay.
So it's
just a couple bars.
okay. So Austin Riley hits 412 off of Aaron Nola. Oh, I do not like hearing this. But most importantly, like, and this is my favorite part that I use for baseball, is you can basically see where Aaron Nola is not great against right-handers or not great against left-handers, whatever it is.
Oh, the heat maps.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's just, and I mean, most importantly, I go through all the pitch arsenals. Those who tuned in on VSiN the other night, I went through like a bunch of Outlier stats.
Yeah,
Nope, it's all yours. And which culminated in correctly calling a Corey Seager home run the next day, which, if you heard me, you got it at like 50 cents more than it closed at, which is pretty awesome. Let's top that CLV.
There it is.
But Austin Riley basically has a WOBA of over 400 against every Aaron Nola pitch. Aaron Nola had a lot of home run problems this year. I still like the Phillies because I think that Citizen Bank Park is one of those places that it is very difficult to play if you are the opponent.
Yeah.
But I do like Austin Riley's total bases at plus 125. I like his double. A little sprinkle on that. I think it's at, let's see. It's so great I can be able to do this. Plus 410.
Plus 410 Austin Riley doubles.
Yeah.
You said?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would actually recommend to people to take, his double is higher than his home run. So like from a value standpoint, take his double. I would play his double. You don't even need to do his total bases. Play his double and play his home run because he's going to need 2 hits to do that anyway, and that's to hit the total bases.
Yeah.
The double can get done and get the total bases in 1, or the home run does.
Yeah, I like it.
Both of those are going to pay you at 4-1.
Yeah.
And a total basis is going to pay you at 1.5.
Yeah.
It's a better bet. So do it that. So that is something I like on their side, and I like Bryce Harper for the Phillies against Bryce Elder. I think he goes.
He's got a thumbs up.
Oh, we got a thumbs up. Nice. All right. There's like at least one Phillies fan who's around there. But yeah. I mean, it's good. The Yahoo, the original point, the Yahoo Sportsbook here has become like it's definitely a who's who. There's like investors here.
It's true. There's a lot of suits.
A lot of suits.
I
almost wore my Billy Walsh suit suck t-shirt.
Yeah.
I actually packed it.
Nice.
But,
I decided to go t-shirt today. We both went t-shirt today.
We did.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's good. They're starting to do the preview to the Phillies game, but we wanted to go live.
Yeah.
I don't know if we had other stuff that we want to talk about. We wanted to try. We never go live. You guys never get to see Evan.
Yeah.
But you can always like tweet it out there or join the Discord. Evan's in there.
Yeah.
Responding to everybody. It's actually, it's really good that you do that.
I just want to give 2 shout outs maybe before we close out,
Do it.
as it gets like super loud in here. Probably has been loud the whole time. Who knows?
I don't know. People probably have been like,
I haven't
heard a word that they said.
They're just smiling a lot. No, 2 things I want to say. First, I want to shout out to our team. So there are 7 of us there are 8 of us on the team. So I want to shout out to the other 7 guys who like don't get to be on camera and like bask in the glory or wherever this is. But like do 99% of the work and are like totally visionary on product and all that. So wanted to shout out to them. And then definitely wanted to shout out to the community. Again, I know a lot of you guys from Discord and on Twitter that have been following Outlier on Twitter and engaging with us. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Honestly, every time you give us a piece of feedback, it goes on our product roadmap. Now, it's not necessarily going to be a next week thing. It's not necessarily going to be a next month thing, maybe not even a next year thing. We do push product really often, but just know that if you give us the suggestion, we're cataloging the suggestion, and we're going to talk about it as a team, and there's a good chance that we'll be building it and shipping it. So keep that product feedback coming because that's how we got where we are today. So can't thank the community enough for literally building what we have. I mean, our guys put the lines of code in, but like you guys are the ideators. So really appreciate that.
Yeah. No, dude, hard hit rate is in there because I said to you, put hard hit rate in, and it's true.
Do you know what's coming today? Actually,
what?
Football head to head, NFL head to head. And I said you were asking me about that last night.
Need that because I need to know how he did the last time. Like, I need to know that Kyle Shanahan teams don't do well against these teams. I love it. That's fine.
Yeah.
The red zone targeting thing has also made it a lot easier for touchdown betting. So
Yeah.
for touchdown betting, guys, like you really want to look at. You basically want to try to find good numbers, not just a player that's going to do it. And so the key sweet spot I would recommend is second in targets and like second in red zone targets and around like plus 200. That's a real good sweet spot because that's somebody who's you're going to get 2-to-1 value and you're getting a guy who you know is getting looks. So I do that. And I play around a lot with some, I don't know how often folks play around it, but with a player, without a player for NFL is really key for wide receivers. So when you go to, I don't think Justin Jefferson's missed the game until now, but you're going to probably want to look at Justin, like how KJ Osborne does when Justin Jefferson is not there on the field and stuff like that. See what those
That's an easy filter too. Like
yeah, it's right there. It's cool. It's a lot of fun. So yeah. Cool. So this was a supersized Outlier Insights episode.
Yeah.
We will get back to my basement for some of these things later this week.
I didn't know you recorded in a basement.
Oh, I definitely recorded in my basement. But it's a nice looking basement. I redid it, so it's nice. I'm very proud of it. But thanks everybody for coming in. Tweet at us and let us know anything you like. But good luck with all your bets, and we'll see you soon.
Peace.